How's the change, the different coaching staff been, and what's the feeling about the team right now?
The change has been great. They definitely push us in different ways that we haven't been pushed before. It's been a struggle mentally to get over, the obstacles that we had to face, but they came in, they're great, they bring high energy, and I think it definitely changed the whole outlook of the team.
How, I guess what's different about it?
The tempo, everything's different, the energy they bring to practice, we run to all our spots, get everything done, the pace is faster, different things like that.
What do you feel like that gives the team coming into the season?
I think it's going to give us a lot of momentum. We've always been looked at like as the underdog, but I think now that we have a new change in staff, we're working harder than we've worked in previous years, and I think we're going to come out with a bang.
It's a lot of the same players as it was last year. So, how much do you think that sort of like different belief and that different motivation can actually provide on the court when the season starts?
I think it provides a lot. I think they do a good job of instilling confidence. We're not second guessing ourselves. We're just learning how to play with each other, build chemistry, and just trust the team.
Do you feel like you're a better player than you were a year ago, and how can you kind of personally step your game up?
I can step my game up by working on different things, like working on my shot and everything. I do think we've made strides to becoming better, but we have a lot of work to do and catch up. We've been working on little things like rebounding, stuff we struggled with last year. So I think we're making steps, but we're not there yet.
Obviously, when there's a coaching change, sometimes there's players leave. What made you want to come back to this team and still be a part of this at Pitt?
We're family here. I love all my teammates. I've been here for 3 years. There's a lot of chemistry on the team. So, they just brought in hope and trust and things that I don't think we've had before. So I think that momentum brought us together, and I didn't want to leave my family. So.
So there's obviously a sort of chaotic off season. What was the thing that kind of at the end of the day made you say, like, Pitt is where I want to be, I want to come back, I want to finish what I started here for your senior year?
Yeah, so I'm big on finishing what I start, I guess you can say. And then I trusted in Coach, and he, let me know, like, things are going to change, and he really would love for me to say so. I just believed in him and was all in from that point.
How do you feel like things are different now than they have been in the past?
I think the relationships are a lot different. We're a lot closer with them. And they get on us probably a little bit more, but that's because we trust them, and they've built that type of bond. So,
what's he getting on you about?
He hasn't really got on me too bad, but today he did get on me a little bit. Probably just being on my P's and Q's and pushing tempo, setting the tempo for the game, that kind of thing.
Is it a lot? Are you going to be playing a lot differently than you have in the past? Is it like new things to learn, that kind of stuff?
They do have new terminology, but it's really just going hard all the time. Whereas we could take breaks and take plays off, they don't like that.
So as I guess someone that runs the offense a lot, is it kind of been easy for the girls to get on the same page if you're doing some of the same things you have in the past?
It's taken the summer probably to get us breaking them habits, but it's still just growing every day.
How do you think the team is going to look differently, maybe to like a fan that saw the last year? How do you feel like what are they going to notice about this year's team that's different?
Just faster tempo, tougher team, rebounding, back to the basics really. Not so much scoring, but just really defense, hard-nosed, getting after it.
What's the feeling amongst the team that is going to give you guys a better record this year than you had last year? What's going to be the difference for you?
Just our mentality. Not that we did the greatest last year, but we kept up, and the fact that we kept up, and now we have different culture and different environment, different mentality. It's endless possibilities for us.
You got 3 freshman guards that are kind of coming in behind you. What's it like, sort of being the elder statesman there?
Gosh, that's all I'm hearing is I'm the grandma. But no, I enjoy that. I enjoy answering questions or helping out wherever I can.
How different is the feeling around the team right now, compared to how it's been in years past? What does the new coaching staff kind of brought to the team?
I think they brought a new energy, a new passion. They kind of got us wanting to be on their level of energy-wise. So I think that's the main thing.
What's different, about, I guess, the way practices have gone and just, technically, I guess, what are you doing that's different?
We have been a lot of teaching, but also putting what we've learned into play. So, sorry. So putting what we learned teaching-wise, fundamentals, going back to the basics a little this summer, and then applying that now that practice started.
Is it, more physically difficult right now, do you feel like?
We've definitely been challenged both mentally and physically over the summer and now preseason, and now it's a different type of challenge starting practice.
It's a lot of the same players than it was last year. So, does the new coaching staff bring like a different sense of, hope that or that this group can be better than they were last year?
Yes, definitely. Just the energy they come in with every day makes us feel like we are right there. Like we're so close. We just have to have that fourth quarter mentality. That's kind of our motto so far. So getting that fourth quarter mentality is kind of.
So I was talking to the girls, and Kalista said she's sore in places she didn't know she had. Was that one of the things that you looked at this team and said, okay, this is something that we can be better at? I mean, without, having different players or a crazy new scheme, is just like we can play harder for longer than we did before.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what, in the summer, whenever I first got here, that was a huge thing that we had to battle. And, and mental toughness was one piece of it, just on pushing past what you think you can do. And that's where we started it, is that we started with, toughness drills, and, and conditioning was a big piece of that, just in terms of skill development, and then just being able to play longer than and harder and faster than what you think you can play.
How have they responded to that?
It's been a step-by-step process. Obviously, during the summer, I had to re-recruit them, and I had to get them to buy into my message, and they were a team that was afraid of that hurt and that pain, and so we had to get through that during the summer. And then whenever we got back, they went home and came back, and that's whenever I really felt the buy-in, from them. We went on a team retreat, and it was know and be known, and we were able to talk about our stories, and then be able to get to what we want our story to be now. And and so now, what do y'all want from this year? And to hear what they wanted was what we as a staff wanted. Now we can push them even further.
Because you can't come in and be like the bad guy that's going to run everybody into the ground from day one, right? You've got to build that first.
Yeah, and I've always believed in relationships, is that the only way I can really have the freedom to get after a kid and challenge them in practice is if I have a relationship with them. And, again, we practice 2 hours a day now, and in those other 22 hours I have no relationship with them. It's really hard for me to get after Kalista and get after her, and so she has to trust that what I'm doing is to make her the best basketball player she can be, and so I think we've gained that trust, and now we're going to do everything we can to get them to be the best versions of themselves.
You've got essentially the same team that was here last year. Is most of the potential improvement you see just sort of convincing them that they can be better? Is that kind of the first step to that?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what we've been talking a lot about, a fourth quarter mentality. To go in the bottom whenever it's hard and tired and your body feels awful, you got to go further. And so that's a mentality and a toughness that we have to have. I think we're in the Steel City. Come on, you got to be blue collar, and you got to work harder, and so that's, I think, if we can do that and their individual skills get better, but us as a team can really get better together, then we'll have a better result.
What are you looking forward to as the season starts? What about this team are you looking forward to see how they respond to when the lights turn on? There's real competition.
Yeah, I love the practice. It's what I love. I love teaching, and I love seeing their growth from where we were during the summer to where we are today. We're a completely different basketball team, and so I love that. I love seeing light bulbs come on, and so the teaching part of it in practice I really like, but I'm excited about our inter squad with Penn State in 14 practice days now, to be able to see where we're at against somebody else. and then that'll be our first taste of adversity and first taste of, okay, it's going to get hard and tough, and then to open up the season. And so that's for me is what I'm really looking forward to seeing where we can go in 14 more practices and in that little inter squad.